This is Good Morning Suncoast. We're here for you.
Good morning, everyone. Along with John Scalzi, I'm Don Brennan. Stephanie has the morning off today, and the 75th anniversary of Pearl Harbor, and it's just amazing to think what men and women went through back then, and waking up and bombs exploding and us being attacked on our home soil, and then going out and on June 6, 1944, attacking Normandy. And
it was quite a different world back then, you know, and we kind of didn't want to meddle in world affairs, and we were such isolationists, and then all of a sudden we were brought into the war. It was quite a wake up, I think, for America.
Indeed it was.
Yeah.
You know, those men and women are still around. They're dwindling. The numbers are dwindling for people who were at Pearl Harbor, and today they'll be out in Hawaii, and we'll talk about that in a minute.
How quickly the world changes, too. I mean, now the things we really love in our lives, a lot of them come from Japan and come from
Japan, and we're able to live the life we did. We are and do because of the men who fought in Pearl Harbor and the battles thereafter.
Exactly true. A little bit of fog out there this morning. The fog really thick in places, limiting visibility, dense fog advisory up through the morning hours. After the fog burns away, though, we'll be enjoying some very pleasant weather with daytime highs about average in the mid-70s with lots of sun and no rain. Don?
Thank you, John. Taking a look at Suncoast roadways. Things are, well, not a lot of volume still. It's 6:02 and no problems on the roadway in Manatee County, although John said there is fog around, so be aware. Maybe leave yourself a little extra time. More inland than coastal, but just be aware that it might be out there. And also Sarasota County looking good. Thankfully, no incidents or delays so far this morning, so things are looking good. And topping our news today, the 75th anniversary of the Japanese attacks on Pearl Harbor. As we mentioned, 2,400 people were killed and over 1,000 were injured in those attacks on that Sunday morning. Survivors gathering in Hawaii today to honor the anniversary, and Sean Ching has their stories.
A survivors reunion today at Pearl Harbor. From left to right, 96-year-old Lauren Bruner of Washington, 94-year-old Don Stratton of Nebraska, 95-year-old Ken Potts of Utah, and 95-year-old Lou Conter of Wisconsin. It was 7:55 on the morning of December 7th, and all but one of them were on board the USS Arizona. The ship took 4 direct hits from Japanese planes. It was the most heavily damaged of all the vessels in Battleship Row that day.
When they said abandoned ship, the ones that was on the deck got into a boat and was taken around the stern of the Arizona over onto Ford Island.
We got off the ship by rope, hand over hand, onto the vessel.
We proceeded to go hand over hand across to the vessel, about 70, 80 feet. I don't know how I made it, but I'm here.
We fought the fire for 2 days. And had to let it cool down for 6, 7 days. And then we dove on the ship for 8, 9 days, under where the officers' quarters are, and then the turret number 3 and 4 in the rooms to bring bodies out.
Over 1,100 men from the USS Arizona perished that day. Some of these survivors helped rescue others. And so inevitably, talk today shifted to them being called heroes.
Came home, we got married, had children, grandchildren, great-grandchildren, and lived a big life. They lost theirs immediately, and they're the ones that should be called the heroes.
We sacrificed 1,177 men on that ship, and I was one of the lucky ones to get off.
And tomorrow, on the 75th anniversary of one of the deadliest attacks in U.S. history, words to heed from one of the survivors.
Be prepared. We don't want it to happen again.
The main commemoration ceremony getting underway just before 8 this morning local time, 1 p.m. Eastern. 7:44 was when the first bomb hit, and some 4,000 people expected to attend, including about 300 World War II veterans. We thank them for their service. Back here on the Suncoast, local vets are expected to gather on the University of South Florida Sarasota Manatee campus today for their own event to commemorate Pearl Harbor. The ceremony will begin at 4 o'clock this afternoon in the campus courtyard. Pearl Harbor and World War II veterans will be honored there, and there will also be World War II equipment on display. Retired Army Colonel Linda Gould will be today's keynote speaker. President Obama back in Washington today after spending yesterday afternoon meeting with service members on the MacDill Air Force Base in Tampa. During his visit, the president also gave what is expected to be his final speech on national security. MacDill is home of the U.S. Special Ops Command and the U.S. Central Command. The president spoke about the progress that has been made in the war against ISIS, as well as the efforts to prevent foreign attacks on U.S. soil.
We should take great pride in the progress that we've made over the last 8 years. That's the bottom line. No foreign terrorist organization has successfully planned and executed an attack on our homeland.
The president emphasized that while the danger of terrorism is a long-term one, America must stay true to its values in order to defeat ISIS. President-elect Donald Trump has vowed to be far more aggressive in combating terror. Now, New College of Florida responding to a petition by students to protect undocumented immigrants enrolled at the college. The students are asking for federal authorities to declare their school a sanctuary campus for immigrant students. The petition received more than 800 signatures. School administrators say they're reviewing the petition after meeting with the student who put it together. New College says they will continue discussions with students to encourage a healthy campus community. The stepfather of a 22-month-old boy in Bradenton, who was found unresponsive by the Manatee County Sheriff's Office, now facing murder charges after the boy's death. The state attorney's office filed the charge against 25-year-old Montez McNeil yesterday in the case of Ethan Thompson. McNeil also faces charges of aggravated child abuse. Thompson was taken to Manatee Memorial Hospital on November 14th, and he died the next day. An autopsy showed that he had several broken ribs, a skull fracture, ruptured kidneys, and other injuries at the time of his death consistent with child abuse. McNeil has been in custody at the Manatee County Jail since his arrest on November 17th, and Ethan's 5 siblings are all now in foster care. And new this morning, the Sarasota County Sheriff's Office asking for help in identifying a man who burglarized a home last month. It happened between 2:30 and 3:30 in the afternoon on November 23rd at a home on Olive Avenue. Surveillance video captured the suspect pacing through the living room before stealing several personal items, cash, and jewelry. The suspect appears to have tattoos on his left bicep and on the back of his neck. Anyone who has information on this man is asked to call the Criminal Investigations Unit or leave an anonymous tip through Crime Stoppers. And students in the Sarasota County School District will go back to school a little earlier next year. After months of debate, the school district has voted to start classes a week earlier and end the fall semester before the winter break. One of the parents wearing oppose stickers says exams in December are just a bad idea.
The kids are already tuned out. My two are already tuned out. The Christmas spirit's running high and the studying's running low.
I've gone back and forth a lot, and I said this at the last meeting. I think it's hard that any calendar proposed, it's unlikely that you're going to have unanimous support around it.
Opponents also said losing a week in the summer will mess up vacations, and many vacations taken in August. Supporters say it makes more sense to end the semester before the winter break. A busy intersection in Manatee County will undergo some changes next year in an effort to reduce accidents there. According to the Bradenton Herald, the Florida Department of Transportation is planning a safety improvement project at the intersection of State Road 70 and US 41. A 500-foot concrete median will also be installed on the eastern side of the intersection. FDOT says the barriers will help reduce accidents by restricting left turns near the intersection. Work would begin late next year and take about a month and a half to complete. A public hearing will be held tomorrow night at the State College of Florida about the project. That meeting will begin at 6 in the evening. Beginning today, Manatee County holding several public meetings to get input on local parks. The input will be used to come up with a master plan for the parks over the next 15 years. During these meetings, officials will go over existing conditions of the parks and ask what residents see in the future. Now, 2 meetings will be held today, and the first will be at G.T. Bray Park Recreation Center. That's from 3 to 4:30. There will also be a meeting at the Rocky Bluff Library from 6 to 8. There'll be 2 more meetings next week and 1 next month. But today is what we're talking about, 4:30 at G.T. Bray and 6 at Rocky Bluff Library. So head on out and have your input and see what your parks are going to be like in the future.
Community involvement, that's the way to do it.
Teddy Roosevelt, he lives on.
He lives on. Showers in the forecast down the road a piece, but for today, a lot of sunshine. We'll talk about that in a second.
Also, still to come on your Suncoast News, Sarasota County looking for help in finding solutions to flooding. We'll have those details on a plan coming up after we take a look at the forecast.
ABC 7 News at 7 weeknights.
Since 1972, Sleep King has provided quality mattresses and accessories at the best discounted prices available. Top brands like Simmons, Sealy, Serta, Beautyrest, iComfort, and more. With available free delivery, free financing, and free setup and removal. For a comfortable night's sleep with same-day delivery, even if we have to carry it on our backs. Trust Sleep King of Sarasota. Buy it today, sleep on it tonight.
So many possibilities worth exploring. Minnesota Flooring.
And for a limited time, Minnesota Flooring is offering you unbelievable pricing on tile and laminate. Porcelain tile only $1.59. Ceramic tile 99 cents. And 16 by 16 tile $1.19. Laminate flooring is only 99 cents. But these prices won't last. Don't miss out on these great deals. Hurry into Minnesota Flooring today.
Christmas Traditions by Lux Art Silks, where more is merrier. Make your holidays sparkle with style. Browse our amazing showroom, cute collectible cottages, and beautiful Christmas displays. Find the inspiration, selection, and quality you need to deck the halls merry and bright. Christmas Traditions also features the area's largest selection of quality pre-lit Christmas trees, every size, shape, and color, and plenty of decorations to make your home shine for the holidays. Christmas Traditions by Lux Art Silks, where more is merrier. Visit us on New 301, just a quarter-mile north of University Parkway.
Black Friday's biggest deals are still here. That's right, the Black Friday sales event is going strong at Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota. Ram trucks are built tough enough to help you conquer whatever the day may throw your way with all the technology and comfort you'd find in a luxury vehicle. Right now, get over 20% off. That's up to $15,000 off a new Ram 1500. Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota.
Whether you're a homeowner looking for a professional installation or a contractor looking for top quality products, Sarasota Glass and Mirror can meet your every need.
For 42 years, Sarasota Glass and Mirror has been the area's premier supplier and installer of quality glass products for your home or business. As an authorized PGT WinGuard dealer, we know how to protect your home with everything from the PGT WinGuard impact-resistant windows and doors to shower enclosures and decorative mirrors. The Sarasota Glass and Mirror team has the knowledge to tackle any project.
Are you considering joint replacement or revision surgery? Consider this. Dr. Edward Stolarski has performed thousands of successful joint replacement procedures and trained surgeons from all over the world. Using advanced technologies, Dr. Stolarski is able to perform some of the most complex surgeries.
I wish I knew about Dr. Stolarski much sooner.
After the surgery, I don't have any pain. It's like I've got a 16-year-old hip.
My name's Ed Stolarski. What I really do is I give people back their life.
Schedule a consultation today.
Now, the official Suncoast weather with ABC 7 meteorologist John Scalzi.
So current air temperature is running around 10 degrees cooler than it was yesterday. So is the dew point. It's at 60 right now. Yesterday we were in the mid-70s, well, 73 degrees. So clearly something happened, and that's the cold front that moved through. Now, we do have 100% relative humidity with the temperature dew point match. And when you get that match and you get light winds, you get fog. And we got some fog on the Suncoast. We have some dense fog on the Suncoast, limiting visibilities down to a quarter mile or less in places. So till about 9 o'clock this morning, a dense fog advisory for all our counties is in effect. Allow yourself a little extra time today to commute, as especially in inland areas, that fog will be thick and it'll come up on you pretty quick too, so watch out for that. 64 degrees in Wauchula, 65 in Arcadia, 64 in Mayaca, 64 degrees in Lakewood Ranch Parish at 62, Bradenton at 63, 66 in Northport. Becky in Omayaca reports in at 57 degrees, got a half an inch of rainfall yesterday. Her skies are clear there, but I'll tell you what, it's one of these situations where clear skies could turn very foggy in just a few minutes. So it'll come up on you quickly as you're traveling around. 66 in Venice, 67 in Inglewood, and 66 at Longboat Key. Across the region, not much in the way of any kind of rain falling now. We've got some heavy dew in places, and certainly many folks will be hitting the intermittent windshield wiper on their cars as you commute this morning because of the condensation. Got some showers down to the south along the Florida Straits, but that's it. That's where the frontal boundary is. The frontal boundary is kind of stuck down there. Didn't sink far enough south, and we didn't get enough dry air in that we could get rid of that fog situation. And we'll have that fog problem probably again tomorrow morning as well. But aloft, the air is dry. And that means a lot of sunshine once we burn this fog off. The tan contour on the water vapor imagery is that dry air that is in place. Now, to the north of us, another frontal boundary that is producing some big snow showers down and around the Denver area. Big snow showers up in the Great Lakes and in the Northeast as well. And a big ridge of Canadian high pressure sinking southward, producing an Arctic chill over a lot of the northern tier, is going to eventually advance into our area. And that front, having moved through here Thursday night into Friday morning, is going to produce quite a little chill on the Suncoast Friday. The air temperature will probably only make it to the mid-60s on Friday. And then you got to factor in the wind, and there'll be a little bit of a wind chill in the air. A lot of folks will be starting the day off with some light jackets or sweaters, I'll bet you, on Friday. Got a little bit of rain shower activity accompanying that frontal passage Thursday night into Friday day, but that rain chance should go away pretty quickly as dawn breaks on Friday. Sunshine returns today after we get rid of the fog. A dry day today. Don't really see any rain showers in our future for today anyway. And then that cold front approaches tomorrow, moves through here Thursday night, Friday morning, accompanied by a slight chance of a shower or two. The RPM computer model shows the sunshine today, and then the next frontal boundary approaching, and it will bring us a slight chance at a shower or two on Friday. For boaters, north wind comes in at about 10 knots. Should be a pretty decent day for boaters. We'll look for a cool Friday, Saturday before we start to warm again on Sunday. Back to temperatures that are about average. Back to you, Don.
All right, thanks a lot, John. Taking a look at the roadways, which to this point have been great and still holding true for, well, as I speak. The accident on 301 southbound at I-75 right there in Ellington at mile marker 224. So it's 301 southbound at I-75 as you're getting on there from around the Ellington outlets there. Otherwise, everything is, well, it's starting to pick up, but no issues or delays otherwise on all of the Suncoast, Manatee, or Sarasota counties, all the way down into South County. Speaking of Sarasota County, the county will hold a presentation this afternoon on the floodplain management plan. Representatives from the county, the city of Sarasota, and Southwest Florida Water Management District will be speaking at the event. Residents are asked to comment on flooding in their neighborhoods and communities to help the county come up with solutions for the flooding. It all starts at 4:30 at the Suncoast Technical College. Also in Sarasota County, 2 public workshops will be held this week to go over a beach erosion and renourishment project on Minnesota Key. The first is at the Englewood Sports Complex today, starting at 6 in the evening. Not in the morning, thankfully. The second will be at the Tringali Park Recreation Center in Englewood tomorrow, starting at 2 o'clock. Locals are gathering with county officials to create a beach renourishment and management plan so everybody can come together to come up with the best plan. And is it Tringali or Tringali? I'm not sure what the park's actual name is, how to pronounce it. And still ahead on Good Morning Suncoast. 4 months off from work sounds like a dream, right? But it's about to be reality for new parents working at one major retailer. We'll take a look at how it's changing standards for maternity leave coming up.
Is your mop a dirty, disgusting mess? You need the Hurricane 360 Spin Mop System, the only mop and bucket that spins the dirt away. A system that cleans practically anything and everything with super absorbent microfiber. Dip it in the washer side and the mess releases into the bucket. Then place it in the dryer side and push on the pedal. You get a clean mop pad that's practically dry and ready for more. And your hands will never again touch a dirty, disgusting mop. The heads are washable and reusable. Get the Hurricane 360 Spin Mop System for just 2 payments of $19.99. You'll also get a a Sticky Buddy, the reusable sticky roller that picks up pet hair and lint and washes clean in seconds. You can take advantage of our 2-for-1 Pick It Up special and get a second spin mop set. Just pay additional shipping and fee. And we'll upgrade you to free priority handling. So don't wait. Order now.
Call 1-800-394-1524 to get your Hurricane Spin Mop double offer. So hurry and call 1-800-394-1524. Call now.
Whether a family member needs a little extra help around the house, assistance recovering from a hospital stay, or someone to check in on them throughout the week, Right at Home's in-home care is the answer. Your loved one deserves the right care, and now we need caregivers to help give the right care for the right reasons, the right way. At Right at Home, we're one of the only private home health agencies in this area with the opportunity to earn paid time off. If you're someone who loves helping people, take a look at our website and click on jobs to join our team today.
Selling your home? Insist on a 3D showcase tour from Gulf Shores Realty. Virtual tours are flat and boring and look more like a slideshow than a tour. A 3D tour from Gulf Shores Realty is like actually walking through the home without the drive. Get instant access to your next home from any device. Multiple views give homebuyers a perspective like no other. For a limited time, mention ABC7 and Gulf Shores Realty will provide a complimentary 3D tour with your new listing.
They took that stress and that tension when I was particularly feeling very bad after that nasty car accident, and it was such a relief to know that I didn't have to bear that burden alone, that I had help.
Our goal is to not just get a satisfactory settlement on their case. We want them up on their feet, happy again. They've gotten their life back.
Don't miss the 19th annual Thunder by the Bay Motorcycle Festival, January 5th through the 8th, to benefit Suncoast Charities for Children. This year's festival welcomes special guest Blue Oyster Cult to the premier sports campus at Lakewood Ranch on January 8th at 4 p.m. Admission is free. Festival events include a sporting clay tournament, kickoff party, welcome Thunder event, Cruise for Cash charity motorcycle ride, and a 2-day Rockin' and Riding at the Ranch festival featuring vendors, live music, a taste of Thunder area, and more. VIP tickets are available. For tickets and info, visit thunderbybthebay.org.
Welcome back. It's 6:23 on this Wednesday morning, and a mega retailer is expanding its paternal leave for its employees in the U.S. ABC's Diane Macedo has the details.
In this morning's GMA First Look, IKEA is announcing a new hands-on option for its salaried and hourly employees at the company for over a year.
At IKEA, we believe that everything you need should be within reach.
The Scandinavian Superstore is offering up to 4 months of paid parental leave for, quote, both mothers and fathers and adoptive and foster parents. The goal is to ensure coworkers have the opportunity to bond with their children and connect as a new family.
And everyone should have a place to call home.
Based on their time at IKEA, employees will receive 8 weeks full pay and another 8 bonding with their new child at 50% pay. In the U.S., some workers are legally permitted to take up to 12 weeks of unpaid leave, but there's no federal mandatory paid leave policy. And we'll have more on the growing list of companies offering parental leave coming up at 7 a.m. With your GMA First Look, I'm Diane Macedo.
Good is in every Blue Diamond almond. A good that comes in 20 flavors, from whole natural to wasabi and soy sauce. And once good gets going, there's no stopping it. Get your good going. Blue Diamond almonds.
Just press clean and let Roomba from iRobot help with your everyday messes. Roomba navigates your entire home, cleaning up pet hair and debris for up to 2 hours, which means your floors are always clean. You and Roomba from iRobot, better together.
This is the diamond of her dreams. It's called Chosen by Jared. Hand-selected by Jared in its roughest form, shaped and crafted by Jared experts into the one diamond she'll wear forever. And Jared makes her diamond's journey part of your love story, with a book of photographs documenting your diamond's creation. Chosen by Jared. A diamond with a journey only Jared could share. That's why he went to Jared.
These are our heroes. They have sacrificed so much to serve our country. And now Granny Nannies is truly honored to serve them. We're here and we're ready to help. Call us today.
The all-new mysuncoast.com. Just another way we're here for you.
Hi, I'm Chef Judy. Every Wednesday morning, I'll be with the chefs at the Publix Aprons Cooking School serving up the most wonderful dishes. Watch Aprons in the Kitchen every Wednesday on ABC7's Good Morning Suncoast.
I knew I could get myself out of this. I just needed some hope and some help.
I took the first step to recovery when I made the call.
If you're depressed, drinking, and using drugs, you may need help. And the Affordable Care Act guarantees coverage of substance abuse. Call the Addiction, Hope, and Helpline now for a free assessment.
I had problems just getting to sleep, drinking and using pills every night.
I feel like I'm losing control. I'm afraid I'll lose my job or even my family.
Are you losing hope? You can recover and get back on track. Call now for hope and help with proven, gentle recovery programs.
I never thought that I could be somebody who didn't drink and use drugs.
I have something to hold on to for strength. I'm in recovery, getting the help I need.
Call the Addiction, Hope, and Helpline now for a free assessment with someone who cares.
Call 1-800-764-8708. That's 1-800-764-8708.
This holiday season, give the greatest gifts of all, safety and peace of mind. Subaru offers more 2016 IIHS Top Safety Pick Plus winners than any other brand. And now during the Subaru Share the Love event, you can lease the most award-winning small SUV on the planet. A new 2017 Subaru Forester for just $209 a month. Or get 0% financing. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. And services.com, A-N-D, services.com.
At Granny Nannies, we provide your loved ones with the care they deserve, compassionate and experienced help right where you need it most, at home. Visit us at GrannyNannies.com.
A helping hand and a gentle heart.
Coming up on Good Morning Suncoast, new information this morning as authorities in Oakland say a faulty refrigerator could be to blame for that huge warehouse fire. Social media mess up after a mannequin challenge posted online leads to the arrest of 2 men in Alabama. And how much did you pay for your Christmas tree? The prices are going up. We'll wait until you hear what one tree sold for in New York.
Live from the ABC7 studios, this is Good Morning Suncoast. We're here for you.
Welcome back, everyone. It's 6:28, and I'm Don Brennan, along with John Scalzi. And Christmas trees, like gas prices right now, are just skyrocketing.
So I understand, very expensive. We haven't gone to Christmas tree shopping yet, but I'm sure we'll get sticker shock when we do.
I just go for the Charlie Brown tree.
Yeah, you may have to. So may I. Apparently, you know, drought and other things have caused the price of trees to just go right through the roof.
And a lot of paper use, too, probably. Right here.
Yeah,
that's a Christmas tree.
Might have something to do with it. We have some dense fog on the Suncoast that's limiting visibilities to a quarter mile or less in many places. That dense fog advisory up until 9 a.m. this morning. So you may want to allow yourself a little extra time. I'm sure it will be involved in some people's commute. Taking a look at the current fog map, it looks like it's densest in inland areas and in and around Hardee and DeSoto counties. Day planner today shows after the fog burns off, we'll have a lot of sunshine around. Daytime highs will top out in the mid-70s, about where they should be for this time of year. And there'll be no rain in today's forecast. Don?
Thank you, John. Taking a look at the Suncoast roadways, which seem unaffected for the most part by the fog, at least as far as accidents or delays are concerned. There is an accident at 301 southbound and 75 at mile marker 224, or just on 301 below mile marker 224, the Ellenton exits there. 301 southbound accident at I-75, not causing any delays as far as we can see right now, but be aware of it. And also, I'm sure there's a little fog around there as well. Manatee County looking good. Sarasota County, the volume is building for the normal commute time, but no accidents or delays to speak of in all Sarasota County. Topping our news this half hour, new information on the fatal warehouse fire that killed 36 people in California. The coroner's office now says the 36 victims died of smoke inhalation. Authorities are eyeing a refrigerator as the possible point of origin. City officials say the warehouse was uninhabitable, lacking the proper permits, and last month multiple complaints were filed for building violations. The warehouse was allegedly leased by Derek Ione Almina. He became emotional during an interview with the Today Show.
Am I the man who should be held accountable? Did I build something that with the I mean, what am I going to say to that?
Murder charges are possible in this case. The investigation into the fire is ongoing. In other national news this morning, a new study from the Pentagon shows $125 billion in what is being called wasteful spending. The money is enough to fund 50 Army brigades or 83 F-35s, but according to the report, it is being misspent on overhead and operations. The Pentagon says claims that it tried to bury the report are false. Lawmakers who did not see it say they are angry and disappointed, and now they're calling for an investigation. Meanwhile, President-elect Donald Trump continues his tour around the country to give his thanks to voters. In North Carolina last night, he took the opportunity to introduce the top pick for his cabinet. Retired Marine General James Mad Dog Mattis took the stage alongside of Mr. Trump.
The American people are fortunate that a man of this character and integrity will now be the civilian leader atop the Department of Defense.
Trump also expanding on his battle with Boeing over the production of the new Air Force One. He tweeted to cancel the order, saying the costs are out of control. Trump's tweet came about an hour after Boeing CEO was quoted criticizing the president-elect's rhetoric on trade and China. Boeing has been tapped to produce 2 new planes to replace the aging aircraft for Air Force One. In North Dakota, the chairman of the Standing Rock Sioux tribe is asking Dakota Access Pipeline protesters to go home. The protesters have been bunkered up in shelters and a casino as wintry storms have moved through the area with frigid temperatures and snow. He says they'll work on an exit strategy as soon as the weather permits. The Army Corps of Engineers says they will look for an alternate route for that pipeline. The tribe will now focus on legal battles to make sure that the decision is not reversed. The companies behind the planned pipeline have vowed to push for its construction without a reroute. They say the White House's directive does not change past court decisions to allow the project. The trial of a man accused of killing 9 people at a church in North Charleston, South Carolina will begin today. Jury selection and opening statements are scheduled for Dylan Roof's federal death penalty trial in Charleston. His lawyers have offered Roof to plead guilty several times, but he fired them and he's representing himself. Now, prosecutors agreed not to seek the death penalty if he accepted the plea deal. Authorities say Roof killed 9 people at Emmanuel African Methodist Episcopal Church in June 2015 after spending an hour with them in Bible study. The Mannequin Challenge has been sweeping the internet for the last few weeks, but one such challenge in Alabama led to 2 people getting arrested. This is the Mannequin Challenge that launched an investigation after various types of handguns and assault weapons could be seen in the video. Madison County Sheriff's deputies say that someone tipped them off to the video of the staged shootout. Authorities went to the home where the challenge was taped, found 6 people, including children, inside the home. They also found marijuana and ammunition.
We are continuing the investigation at this time. We are expecting 1, maybe 2 more arrests.
2 men were arrested and charged. Law enforcement credits the power of social media in helping make these arrests. Take a look at this. Quite a fireworks show during a car chase in California. The driver lost a wheel during the pursuit but kept going anyway, driving on an axle at 80 miles an hour. The police chase lasted for about an hour before a Good Samaritan blocked the suspect's path, allowing police to trap the car and get the suspect. SeaWorld cutting more than 300 jobs across its 12 parks, including the one in Orlando. Company officials say the goal of the restructuring is to eliminate costs and improve its operations. The positions being cut include both salaried and hourly workers. SeaWorld's attendance and revenue have suffered following a campaign by animal rights activists. Earlier this year, the company announced it was ending its orca breeding program and stopping its traditional killer whale shows. Manatee Technical College wants to help the unemployed, so the college is hosting a job fair today. More than 50 employers will represent their companies at the event. Some of those attending: Goodwill Industries, Longboat Key Club and Resort, the Pittsburgh Pirates, and Sarasota County Government. The Hiring Fest takes place today from 3 to 6:30. For a full list of employers attending the event, visit our website at mysuncoast.com. And Florida Governor Rick Scott ending a holiday tradition this year, and it seems to be a Grinch in the process. He usually gives state workers an extra day off, but the governor will not be closing state offices an additional day around the Christmas holiday this year. For 5 straight years, he had ordered state offices to be closed an extra day in recognition of all the hard work of the state employees. Christmas falls on a Sunday this year, so the observed holiday is Monday, the 26th of December. In the past, state workers who perform essential functions still have to work, but state offices aren't open on that Monday. Santa isn't the only one keeping track of who's naughty and nice, not including Rick Scott. Better Business Bureau is warning consumers to beware of these common holiday scams. Be cautious shopping online, use a credit card online, and only shop on secure websites. Now watch out for fake shipping notifications, and these can have attachments or links to sites that will download malware. And be leery of those e-cards. Electronic cards can be great fun, but 2 red flags to watch out for are if the sender's name is not apparent, or if you were required to share additional information to get that card. It could be a virus. Now, Florida's 2016 Christmas tree is now up and shining bright at the Capitol. Governor Scott and his wife Ann lit the tree yesterday. The Florida-grown Carolina Sapphire is one of roughly 16,000 trees that will be harvested and sold by Christmas tree farms across the state. The fresh Christmas tree industry in Florida adds about $3 million to the state's economy.
This is an exciting time for all of us to come together and celebrate a Florida business that's growing fresh from Florida products that will, really brighten up the homes of lots of Floridians.
And this year's tree provided by Dade City Christmas Tree Farm. And some people will pay anything for the perfect Christmas tree. In New York's Greenwich Village neighborhood, one tree went for $1,000. That includes the stand and delivery fee. Delivery probably was not free for $1,000. Should have been, according to the business that sold the tree. The more exotic the tree, the more expensive it is. And they do have less expensive trees, including some small ones for less than $60. But if the consumer wants a more expensive tree, well, that's what they get. And an annual holiday tradition continuing today at the Ritz-Carlton in Sarasota. Yes, the hotel will hold an open house as they reveal this year's massive gingerbread house. This is the video of the house from last year. The hotel will be decked out in holiday decor. We'll get a visit from Santa today. The open house begins at 5:30, and the whole hotel smells like gingerbread, and it's a wonderful, wonderful day and a wonderful month, actually. Good time of year.
And they'll be renting rooms in that gingerbread house for $500 a night.
Christmas trees go for about that much, too.
Exactly
in the
right.
House.
That's exactly right. Yes, they sure do. We have 56 degrees, says Becky in Omayaca, and she picked up a half-inch of rainfall. Morgan Lee and Bradenton, 64 degrees there, and she had almost an inch of rainfall. Neither one of them reporting fog, though a dense fog advisory is up, and judging by satellites, Hardy and DeSoto looks like it's probably the hardest hit by that dense fog in our area. We'll have the forecast for you coming up in a few.
They say good things come to those that wait. Well, you've waited long enough. You deserve to feel fabulous in your fashionable new Fiat 500X from Alfa Romeo Fiat in Sarasota. Boldly innovative, seductively stylish. Fiat gives you everything you'd expect from a capable utility vehicle, like a spacious interior and advanced safety systems, designed and built like a sexy little sportster. Don't wait any longer. You deserve to feel fabulous. Get a new Fiat at Alfa Romeo Fiat of Sarasota.
Types of timber, cuts of meat, cooking times, temperatures, rubs, seasonings, sauces. You name it, they know it. That's what makes them who they are, Sonny's Pitmasters. And proud of it. Come get some baby back ribs at Sonny's Barbecue. On their own or paired with favorites like jalapeno cheddar hot links or pulled or sliced pork plus 2 sides and bread. Sonny's Barbecue. Local pit masters since '68.
Need more space in your place? The More Space Place can help with Murphy beds that disappear to reveal a home office, living room, or den. Custom closets with designated areas for your shoes, bags, wardrobe, and accessories. Custom-built entertainment centers, garage storage systems, and more. The More Space Place has 3 showrooms next to Sonny's on US 41 South in Sarasota, on Lakewood Ranch Boulevard just south of State Route 64 in Bradenton, and on Tamiami Trail next to Panera Bread in Port Charlotte. Put more space in your place at the More Space Place.
If you have a suspicion for harboring prostate cancer, we have a way of diagnosing by using an exquisite instrument called 3-dimensional color flow power Doppler ultrasound. Using this system, we can identify abnormalities within the prostate that you could otherwise never detect. The Dotoli Cancer Center is the only center in the southeastern United States which has this technology. If you have prostate cancer, we will find it.
You've seen me roll for 100 G's, but I got a little more than dough riding on this one. They call you Lady Luck, but there is room for doubt. At times you have a very unladylike way of running out. And so the best that I can do is pray. Luck be a lady tonight.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
Now, the official Suncoast weather with ABC7 meteorologist John Scalzi.
Looking at the air temperature, we have a toasty 64 degrees. Well, you know what? With the temperature and the dew point so close together, you've got almost 100% relative humidity, and that's the reason we have that fog out there. North-northeast wind coming in lightly at about 5, and we have a little bit of cloud cover as well. So that temperature, 64 degrees, that'll probably be our high on Friday. And we'll have a strong wind blowing as well, so it's going to feel a little chillier than that, probably mid-50s. And nighttime lows are going to be kind of cool as we head into Friday night and Saturday morning. That's because of another cold front headed our way. 63 Wauchula, 62 Parrish, Bradenton, 63 Lakewood Ranch, 64 in Mayaca, Arcadia, 65 in Punta Gorda, 66 in Northport, Venice, and Inglewood and Longboat Key as well. No rain anywhere across the area, though we do have some fog out there, dense in places. It looks like most particularly Hardee and DeSoto counties are having the thickest fog, at least according to satellite views that I've seen in the last hour. Otherwise, visibility will be limited to a quarter mile in many locations dotting our landscape, mostly east of the interstate, till about 9 o'clock until that fog burns off. After that, we'll have a lot of sunshine across the peninsula of the state with a frontal boundary kind of locked down to the south. That front never really drew down dry enough air to eliminate a fog problem. And in fact, we'll have that fog problem again tomorrow morning as low-level moisture is still pretty widespread and pretty thick. Aloft, though, the air very dry, as indicated here on our water vapor imagery by this tan colorization. That tan colorization is dry air at mid and upper levels, and once we burn away the fog, mix it away, we'll have plenty of sunshine throughout the remainder of the afternoon. That sunshine will bring our temperature up into the mid-70s, which is about where it should be this time of year, but it will have little effect against a cold front sinking southward. And this cold front has a big Arctic high sinking south out of Canada that's producing some snow showers. In fact, blizzards in parts of Colorado and also the northern tier. So there is cold air back behind that front. As the front sinks south, that colder air will start to slip in, and by Friday and Saturday, some definitely chillier feel to the air, with wind chill values probably in the 50s across the region. Sunshine returns dry today, but I will say when that front moves through Thursday night into Friday morning, you probably have a little chance at seeing some rain showers around. It won't be a big chance. It won't be like the last big thunderstorms that move through here, but there'll be some rain around. Cold front comes through tomorrow night. The RPM computer model shows plenty of sunshine around today with lingering clouds down in the south. And then the next front approaches with a low pressure area producing a few scattered showers around. We clear out on Friday and it looks pretty nice. North wind coming in at about 10 knots today will bring you 2 to 3 foot seas and a light chop. A couple of tides to talk about, a 12:57 low tide, a high tide at 7:03, and then after midnight at 1:58 another low tide. Forecast looks like this over the next several days. Some mild temperatures about where we should be. Thursday night into Friday morning, a rain chance, clearing Friday, turning cooler with highs in the 60s for a couple of days. Then we'll start to warm again. Don?
Thank you, John. Take a look at the roadways. Remember about that fog that John spoke of. And right now, an accident on 301 in Ellington, right at 75. It's 301 southbound. It's not causing huge delay as we speak, but it might if it stays around. Otherwise, Manatee County looking pretty good. No issues or delays in the rest of the county. Downtown Bradenton, DeSoto, and Green Bridges are looking good. And you head down to Sarasota County, that too is free and clear this morning of any issues or delays. Now, Knox Medical is the fourth company to receive authorization to sell low THC medical marijuana in the state of Florida. Florida's Department of Health gave the Winter Garden-based organization authorization over the weekend. Knox Medical expects to begin in-home delivery to patients by Friday, and it's the first medical facility to approve marijuana use since Amendment 2 was passed overwhelmingly by voters last month. The Department of Health says 208 physicians and 1,150 patients are currently in the state registry for ordering and using medical marijuana. And watching your loved one wheeled away into surgery is pretty nerve-wracking, but waiting for updates can be equally unnerving. ABC 7's Alex Redmond has a story on the new technology to ease those concerns.
Pat Everett has many emotions.
Sad, worried about him, you know, but then I'm glad I have my family here with me.
As Everett waits for news of her husband William's bypass surgery, she reminisces of past experiences.
You'd just sit in the waiting room and you'd never know what was going on.
But times have changed.
So I downloaded the app. We left him in the pre-op and gave him hugs and kisses and came down here to the waiting room. And about 50 minutes later, we got the first text, and the text said, surgery's about to begin, all going well.
Kevin Everett, the patient's son, is receiving text updates from Sarasota Memorial Hospital's OR team.
About an hour and 20 minutes later, we have a second text saying he is now on the bypass machine, still going very well. And then just recently we had another text. William is continuing to do very well. Doctor is working on the bypass now.
The phone app gives updates in a timely manner. It allows people to know what's happening to their loved one. But until this, there was only this message board, which lets people know where the patient physically is in the building, whether it's pre-op, in the OR, or post-op. Nurse Michelle Tingle explains the EASE app communicates with patients' families during surgery through text and pictures.
Every 30 to 45 minutes they receive an update. You know, the patient's safely asleep. If it's a hip surgery, you know, maybe the implant has gone in. Sometimes they'll take a picture of an x-ray showing the finished product of the implant in.
Even video.
If it's a robotic surgery, of the physical robot in action, or the surgeon behind the console of the robot, because nobody really gets to see inside, you know, the operating room.
Jim Everett says it's different from when his wife had heart surgery.
Very emotional, because my wife is small and we've been married 58 years.
His brother's surgery progress reports ease his mind.
Watching what Kevin is doing with his updates, it's very reassuring that someone is right there giving us a blow by blow.
So now, if you have one of these in your hand, you'll no longer have to get updates on something like that. Reporting at Sarasota Memorial Hospital, Alex Redmond, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
Nickelback, they're getting an apology. That's right, a Canadian police officer has apologized to the band after a Facebook post went viral. It threatened drunk drivers with being forced to listen to Nickelback after being arrested. Reportedly, the post was removed after the band's management complained, as you would expect them to do. I mean, it's not like it was Zamfir or the Pan Flute. Nickelback's not that bad, right? Now, casting news is game on for Will Ferrell. Deadline reports the comedian will star in a currently untitled comedy focusing on the world of competitive video gaming known as esports. Sounds like a dodgeball type story. The story will focus on Farrell being an older member of a youth-centric esports team. I'm sure it'll be funny. And actor Bill Murray helped make a birthday extra special for one woman in Texas. Mary Allen Wibble turned 94 years old this past weekend, or does this weekend, but since she lost her husband, she's been feeling a bit down. To cheer her up, her grandson took her to a college basketball game. Bill Murray happened to be at the game, and he not only took a picture with her, but helped sing happy birthday as well. He was all around during the Cubs World Series run and making people's days there as well. Old Cubs fans getting to meet Bill Murray, who's a big Cub fan himself, and then they won the World Series. Stay with us. We're coming back with more news after this.
ABC7 is proud to present Line Dance Central. Now you can learn popular country and not-so-country line dances from the comfort of your own home. Just visit mysuncoast.com, click on Entertainment, and you'll be kicking up your boots or flip-flops in no time. Brought to you by the White Buffalo Saloon and Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. The all-new mysuncoast.com. Just another way we're here for you.
Hi, I'm Joan London, and if you're worried about your parent or a loved one living alone like I was, and you want reliable senior care information, then call A Place for Mom, the nation's largest senior living referral service. You'll get free information on assisted living, Alzheimer's care, nursing homes, even important financial information.
They had obviously researched every place, not just given me names. They found me a place for what she could afford, and it was magnificent.
We're now very confident that she's safe, and they just helped every step of the way, and I can't thank them enough.
So if you're struggling to find reliable senior living information, call A Place for Mom. This is a free service, and you can trust them to help you.
Call right now to get your free Senior Care Compass ebook. Find out about the 5 best-kept secrets on financing senior care and assisted living.
Call now, 800-290-0352. 800-290-0352.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere for the Sarasota Ford Promise. We promise we're more than a dealership. We're a destination with a movie theater, massage room, aquarium, cafe, and more. We promise to give you top dollar for your trade, even if you don't buy from us. And if you do, we promise you the best deal. Bring us any competitor's ad and we'll beat it by at least $1,000. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.
Is your old garage door stuck or broken? Would a new one give you a lift? Let Precision Door Overhead Garage Door Service of Sarasota come to the rescue with prompt and affordable repair service. Replacement doors come with an array of styles and colors, and they are rated to meet and exceed Florida standards. From estimates to installation, your satisfaction is our priority. If you're not 100% satisfied with any product, service, or installation, we will make it right, because Precision Door Service is a name you can trust.
At Tidewell Hospice, we know it's never too late to say thank you to our military veterans. The Tidewell Honors Veterans Program has provided care to more than 13,000 military families since 2008. Tidewell volunteers help honor veterans through special pinning ceremonies that demonstrate our appreciation for the freedom our veterans fought to defend. If you know a veteran who can benefit from end-of-life care, call or visit tidewell.org today. Tidewell Hospice. It's more than you think.
It's 6:54, and here's what you need to know before you head out the door on this Wednesday morning. Today marking the 75th anniversary of the attack on Pearl Harbor, so events around the Suncoast and all over the nation plan to honor those killed in the attacks. New College administration considering whether or not to make its school a sanctuary campus for undocumented students. The idea started by a student that started a petition there. An intersection in Manatee County with a high number of accidents will get a makeover next year, as FDOT planning to add medians to US 41 and State Road 70 as a way to curb the number of crashes at that intersection. Now taking a look at traffic. Speaking of which, an accident at US 301 southbound and I-75 at the Ellington exit. That's 224. So be aware of that. It's on 301 southbound at I-75. Otherwise, Manatee County is moving along nicely. In fact, even at the accident site, there's no delays. Sarasota County also looking good with the normal volume for 6:55 in the morning as people head out the door. As John said, there is fog, mostly inland, but be aware and leave yourself a little extra time for your commute.
Yep, quarter-mile visibility or less. Dense fog advisory till 9. We watch sunshine thereafter. Return to the Suncoast. We'll have a very nice day with daytime highs topping out around 75 degrees or so. No chance of rainfall today. Tomorrow night into Friday morning, a cold front moves through with a chance of rain. Then we turn much colder.
Well, John, an elderly woman in Sacramento has gotten quite the Christmas present this year. Her 13-year-old dog, Gigi, has been missing for 9 years. But this year, Gigi's home for Christmas. Since Gigi went missing in 2007, Sally Butters has kept the lost dog poster on her door. Gigi went missing after Sally's house was robbed. Gigi was recently found wandering the streets in a town just outside of Sacramento and brought to a veterinarian. They were able to scan her microchip, brought her back to Sally, and Sally now has a great Christmas.
Wow. I wonder if the dog remembered her after all that time.
Dogs never forget.
Yeah, I bet I wouldn't be surprised if the dog did remember. What a great story.
Indeed it is.
Yeah, it's nice to hear that.
All right, and thank you to all those who served everywhere in the armed services, but Pearl Harbor Day being remembered all over the country today. Good Morning America. We'll have more on that coming up next.